me. So you
We're here.
Hey,
back.
we're live.
We're live. I think I kind of unexpectedly clicked that button on you, so I apologize. Let me go ahead and get the music
Cool.
going. Here we go.
Background music.
Here's our backing theme. Where'd my volume go? There it is. Drop it down a little bit. Boom. All right. Okay, so we were talking a bit before getting started. We have a little bit of an idea of what we're working on. I'm working on getting some GoHighLevel stuff set up within your system so that we could be deploying referrals while you sleep. In my business, you are working on hiring a AI-empowered developer and programming of your onboarding stuff, right?
That is correct.
Perfect. Okay, so we were talking about this earlier, right before we went live. One of the things that I found useful for my process is trying to set some sort of intention of visualizing what the task looks like when it's done. So I kind of have a clearer direction of what I'm trying to accomplish, so that I could see I'm moving pieces of this forward in a meaningful way that move me toward my goal, right? Help, if you can, maybe help me think through, and I'm gonna write out some notes. Help me think through of what that might look like for me. I have a few ideas. I'm gonna brain dump a little bit, and if you can, just help me in terms of what you're hearing. Okay, so GoHighLevel. There's a few things I want to be able to do. I want to be able to email my people. Okay. I want to, maybe less important, unless you tell me I'm wrong, would be like text message follow up with my people. Okay. I have to get permission for that. That's why I say it's less important.
Right.
So email is probably most important. I also want to be able to do the social posting. So you've mentioned that that's a thing that you're able to do. Is that something that I could is that something I could deploy on right away, or is that something that you're still working on how that works?
We should be able to deploy that right away.
Okay, perfect. So those are two things. I think in the long run, I like the idea of potentially starting to build more of my systems around GoHighLevel in terms of like email sequences, stuff like that. So like there's a separate zone where, and you and I might work together on this in the way that I don't know where and how it makes the most sense, but it's possible part of what we do is we build out some of my sequences for you in your system, and then maybe that makes it so that I have an easy way to rubber stamp it into other systems. And at some point I might set up like my own dummy account. But easiest way when it's relevant might be to do that for you. I think that's lower urgency for me. Yeah. In the overall plan, but that's a thing that's in my mind, right? So I'm going to call that build the service delivery account. Okay, as kind of a concept. Other tasks would be getting the right people into GoHighLevel, right? So like I have my list, and there's people that I could go through, and I could go through my list of people that I've talked to, that I have relationships with, like my personal database that I already know, and could get the right people in. And then there's also, I could mail my current list, which I think has a lot of the not the right people, and see who wants to be on the journey of hearing about this specific zone and topic, where I'm going to be focusing more on like, how do you do a webinar right? What needs to be in your sequences? That sort of thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
You cut out. I'm not hearing your audio. Is that my
check 1 2 1 2?
Just a second.
Again, check 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Meryl, if you're hearing Charlie,
check 1 2
drop
1
a message in the chat. Let me know.
1
that
2.
way I know for sure that it's me.
1 2. Can you hear us, Meryl? Can you hear
If you're not
me?
hearing Charlie, then also let us know.
She can hear me.
Okay, you hear Charlie. Then it's me. Let me see what changed and why is it being done.
Check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
All right, I am going to quit out and come right back. I'm not seeing an easy, obvious place for me to update where things are pointing. So let me quit out. I'm going to come right back.
Okay. Fun with technology. And let's see. Can we just do the comeback? We'll hit the Jimmy button. Where is that? We'll be right back. Here's the Jimmy button. Gotta loop it.
All right.
Hey, can you hear me?
I hear you. I quit Crisp, I quit Brave, and I came back and it's working now. So I don't know what it was, but anyway, it's working now.
Nice.
Okay, so getting the right people in to go high level. I know that was one of the last things I said because I have it written down.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is there anything that you could think of that stands out that I'm missing in terms of kind of just the core systems to get set up and thinking about? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that's good. Email. Email's the main one. You can eventually get some things where I like using my calendar. It's got a calendar set up, which I know you've already got yours, but that way it syncs with it.
Right.
You can connect it with your Google Meet, I think, or you can sync it with your Google hosted domains. You can add Mural with her own, any of those accounts. But yeah, email, social. If you end up having a pipeline, you could end up, kind of setting that up there, the pipeline. I think those would be the main ones.
Perfect. And so the pipeline would be like a sales pipeline or whatever of having a sequence.
Yeah.
For
now
just people learn.
One thing that I've thought of with lenders, I actually think that lenders should have probably 2 CRMs. They should have one focused on their clients, like that they do mortgages for, and they should have another recruiting realtors. because it's really two separate businesses.
Yeah. Agreed. And honestly, it's the same thing. It's the same thing for realtors too. They should have one that's focused. You know, if you're recruiting real estate, yeah, because recruiting is its own business, and it should be thought of as its own business.
Yeah. You know, and I don't know if this is true for your business. I even think for realtors, they really should have. You know, I call like our instance of the GoHighLevel, like we're building out the compliant client command center. Like you've got one, this is your home team, your database. If you're going to do any leads, I think you actually need your own little, like this is a separate instance just for leads. Like it's really two separate things. And, you know, because I mean, of course you've got tags and you've got all that. But to me, in a lot of ways, it seems like a completely different business. And, you know, so to think through that, like, how would you do that? Would this be kind of step one? You're really doing the, you know, Andre, you're loving on your tiny list and going from there.
Yeah, I think that's at least possible to be the right way to do it.
And I don't know that it is.
There's some of the aspects that, like, I think for this style of business, I don't think it's as necessary, right? So are you asking me, like, in the real estate world, there's definitely value in understanding the difference between the people that are in kind of that vague world of, you know, you generated through some sort of marketing method, something like that. They aren't really friend or family. They're not somebody that would pass the grocery store test. They're just somebody that you may not have even met them. If you did meet them, you did business with them, but that was about it, right?
Right.
So you're talking about, like, keeping that zone separated from, you know, the people that you would strive to have some level of a relationship with, regardless of whether or not there's a real estate transaction. You're asking, is there value in the difference for me? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I think in this case, it's more akin to a minor difference of there are the people that are the right fit for what I'm. Well, I don't know. So I can see a couple of different things. So there might be value in, like, maybe I have, like, just a personal list, personal newsletter of people who are just interested in what Zach's up to, regardless. Combination of professional interests, whatever. So there might be value in something like that, and that would be, you know, people who have connected with me, friends, family, that sort of thing. And it could be a place where I would, like, share whatever might make sense. I don't know. Right now that would be low priority for me because I don't know exactly what I'd do. It's hard for me to wrap my head around, like, if I'm going to systematically create content around something like that. I think I'm sort of covering that with things like, I don't know, like posting on Facebook and stuff like that. People are seeing what I'm up to, that sort of idea. It's less of a thing that I'm necessarily going to actively work. I don't know. But the subset of those people who I know that this message is relevant for, this topic is relevant for, like, knowing the difference between people who are on the fringes versus people who have kind of, like, made it deeper into my inner circle, you know, through direct connection and relationship, that sort of thing. I think that level is more of like a tagging within all the messaging makes sense to everybody. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do you currently do anything that you consider is, and it might just be referrals while you sleep in general, like just how you run that, but do you do anything in general that you feel like is it's relevant to the real estate folks, it's relevant to friends and family, it's relevant to everybody? Do you do anything go high level like that, like emails or anything, or just referrals while you sleep?
No, just the posting. Because, you know, the interesting thing about the social posting is no matter what I say, people hear whatever they know me as, right?
Right.
So my real estate clients hear me talking about real estate. My software people hear me talk about marketing. It's really fascinating.
That is interesting. That might be that's like a worthwhile topic. But so I'd say that's probably what, like, I don't know, help me think through that in terms of, like, on the technical level for the system. I think me implementing referrals while you sleep, I'm perfectly game with my stuff that's geared toward the SaaS world, which is where I'm heading, right?
Yeah.
I'm perfectly game for that stuff to go out to anybody on the list.
Everybody.
Right? Like, that part doesn't bother me. But I think in terms of, like, how I think about curating the email list and the content that's going out via email inbox and that sort of idea, I think that makes sense to be a little bit narrowly focused. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. I think you want people to opt into this email list.
Right. Yeah. And there might be some people that, like, I would proactively opt them in, if that makes sense, just because I know who they are and I know that it's for them. But
yeah,
of the people who I don't know that they're a good fit, I think those people I would want to sort of say, yeah, this content interests me, even though you don't know why yet, right? Like,
right.
So, like, you know, people that I know from church or whatnot, like, I may not know that they're involved in a software company, or that they're good friends with somebody in a software company, and so they're like, oh, like, this seems interesting to something that came up, and so I want to learn more about it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so with that in mind, I think getting it set up, I'm mostly focused on the software zone. I don't know if I need a separate GoHighLevel for my personal sphere. What do you think?
No, for you, I think you just run everything. Keep it super simple. You've got one thing. You've got your current list, and you're wanting to grow it. If other people want to get on it, that's great, but you're speaking specifically to these folks.
Right. Yep, that makes sense. Okay, cool. I don't seem to remember where I have my login for what you had set up for me. What is your GoHighLevel setup?
It is app.referralswhileyousleep.com.
Perfect. I'm not sure if I have the right login here or not. Let me do my forgot password and see.
Let's find out. And some of my email settings just changed, so let's see if it'll actually email you.
We can't find a user with that email address, zach@zachhammer.me.
Let's see what it is.
Music in the background just makes me dance.
It's good. It's good to have. You know, it's really interesting while I'm looking this up is, you know, one of the things that Jamie has talked a lot about with coaching is that compared to real estate, in real estate, people know when they have a need.
Right.
And, you know, in coaching, a lot of people, like, they don't necessarily know that they have a need. And so you've got to, like, educate them on that. And
or maybe put it this way, the needs that they have are sometimes a few steps removed from what you do, right? Or like the needs that they're aware of, right? They may not, like, they may just be like, I'm struggling to meet payroll this month, and your system helps them find quick deals. I don't know, like that sort of idea. But, like, solving the underlying problem is maybe really what you help people do, and so, like, bridging that gap. I don't know.
Yeah.
in the coaching world. That's kind of the way that goes.
Hey, so you want it to be under Zach Hammer Consulting?
Yes.
And what website do you want me to use?
ZachHammer.me.
And what phone number do you want me to use?
I will text that to you. What phone number should I use? What's the phone number used for? How's it used?
I think you can just use it as like a placeholder if needed. I don't think it shows by default on anything.
Oh, but it is something I could like pull in.
Yeah.
All right, let me use my public facing phone number for that then. Here a second. Here, I just sent it to you via WhatsApp.
All right. I'm resetting your information here. Go to your staff. ZACH at ZACHhammer.me, right?
.me, yeah.
It says it did not work for you.
Here's what I'm seeing. Share screen. So let's go back through the process. So app.referralswhileyouSleep.com.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's hub. HUB, hub.referralswhileyouSleep.com.
All right, perfect. Let's see. I have saved information for this. Maybe not. All right, so let's do forgot password. Perfect. All right, then I'm going to stop my share. And let me go to my email. Perfect. That went through. Okay. We just had the wrong URL we were working off of. Okay. Now I can set a new password. Let me get that set up. New login. Use this password.
See if that email goes through.
The email went through. Yeah, I got the email.
Oh, you did?
Yep. I'm just doing the password reset now.
Oh, hallelujah.
So yeah, it's working. What are you using for your emails?
I'm just using their system.
Perfect.
They've gotten really good at that way. You don't have to use Mailgun or anything like that. It's all built in. And so I would use Mailgun, or I would use just either Google SMTP at the beginning or their version.
Gotcha. Oh, there we go. I need my security code. I need to go in and get that. Can I set it up to use Google Authenticator instead? That way I could store that in Bitwarden. Let me see if I can do that. That's always something I like to set up quickly. My profile, team, custom, AI employee, autocomplete, affiliate, Stripe, API can we use, labs, current password, sign out, log in as company team, emails, Private integrations, system, straight with keys. I do not see a way to set that.
Oh, there's that camera. What did you do? Yeah. Did you miss me? It's actually live right now. People are watching us right now. You want to come say hi?
What's up? How's it going? We got at least a couple of people watching us right now, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I am in.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'm in. I found my company settings. Yeah, let me start just like loading this out.
Yeah. You want to share your screen and I can show you how to connect the.
Yep. Let me do that.
How easy the onboarding is now, which is pretty cool.
Share screen, entire screen. There we go. All right, yeah. Show me your ways. So I came in here and I selected my company here. So I'm in here now. What do I do?
So I think it's intuitive. What you want to do is you want to connect the first part. Let's see, go to Launchpad. I guess we'll see how intuitive it is. And you'll do the first few of those.
Oh, what did I just do? Did it send it or not?
Good question. Let's see.
Let me look at my phone. I pressed enter. Sometimes pressing enter is not
invalid phone number, huh?
Oh, there we go. I had too many twos. Okay, here we go. Download link has been sent there.
Did it work?
I got it. I got the download link. I need to get a new phone. My storage is lacking. Lead Connector is the app that it sent me. Is that the one that I want?
That is right. That's right. You got to pay about $1,500 a year to have it named different.
Well, that makes sense.
And I don't need it named different.
Yeah, I feel like that's $1,500. That's mostly a. I don't know if anybody really needs it different. Like, that's a whatchamacallit?
Ego play?
Yeah, and makes zero difference. Maybe in some of like the luxury markets, it's possible for like the way that something's perceived.
You're right.
But I need to refresh my Bitword and my vault. I figure I'd go through these steps.
Yeah.
I know I might be doing more or be doing different things than you typically onboard or set people up for these, but I figure I might as well.
What all are you setting up or doing right now?
I'm just getting the the Lead Connect app set up.
Okay, nice.
Well,
yeah, I like that.
At least getting logged in.
So one of the things about making referrals while you sleep now, like sync with this, is, I've got a lot of clients that pay like 200, $300 a month just for a CRM.
Right.
And I think this could be pretty valuable.
I think you're right. All right, I updated the phone number that it has for me, which makes it so that my things are more convenient. Okay, I don't want this one. I'm added to a lot of things in your thing, just that you know.
You're added to, like, you see a lot of different accounts.
I won't list them all out because I don't know if you want them mentioned publicly, but there's one in SD. There's the person that you referred me to for lending. I see
you probably got Tim. You got Tim, Charlie, Brad, Binge.
Yes.
Agency. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So you, because we've worked together, I think I added you as an admin.
Perfect.
But what you'll do is you'll just go into Zach Hammer Consulting for everything you do.
And I'm smart enough to know that I need to do that, but I just wanted to make sure you at least knew and were aware. But all right, perfect.
Good to know.
Okay, so I got the app downloaded. I'm not doing anything more of that right this second, but I got it downloaded. It's on my phone. Okay, so now I want to connect my Google Business profile.
Yep.
All right, let's continue.
So this is cool because this syncs with your reviews. Lets us post to your social media, all of that fun stuff.
Well, sync, edit, see and download your contacts, see and download your Google Analytics, Google Ads, see and edit. Okay, so I don't need to tell it which business or whatnot specifically.
Yeah, you will soon.
Okay. Why did these get grayed out?
I don't know. Reload the page.
Let's try that. Well, it's possible I need to turn this off.
I think, yeah. I think there was a pop-up blocker.
Let me turn off the shields. Okay. Let's see. I want to get a check mark on this. There we go. Okay, perfect. This is the one that I want. What's this? GBP call tracking. Do I want that? Do I not want that?
I think that's if you run ads. I've got no idea what that is. I haven't had any clients use it before that I know of.
If I turn it on, will it like charge you any more money or anything like that?
I'll let you know.
All right. Well, we're gonna break stuff and see what happens. So I'm gonna turn it on.
I like it.
Okay. And stuff is grayed out again. Let's refresh. Okay, that one's good now. That one's good.
Nice.
All right, connect directly. Please turn on all permissions. Facebook. Okay, perfect. So let's do this. Continue with Zach.
So one of the things that I'm working on is, this is pretty simple, straightforward, but to actually have my own page that does this without them having to log in and do all this.
Right.
So use their API to do all this connection.
All right. So which one do you think I should do?
The Zach Hammer Consulting.
Well, I have. I'll tell you the two that it might be, and you let me know which one you think. And here I can show you real quick too. So, so for Facebook, I think it's probably going to be this one that we want to do. Is this the right one? Might be Mr. Zach Hammer, actually. I think this one might be the one that we would want. Yeah, so this one is the one that I have set up that's like my personal, like, this is a Facebook page, but it's set up to look more like a profile. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then I also have that I've set up as like it is the business, which is this one. and I don't normally do much of anything on this one. I somewhat recently I set it up enough to make sure that that I could link my like when I said here I work at on Facebook, so I can link it to something that actually is something, right? I've had it set up for a while, but I don't typically actively use this very much. They are literally the same content could go to both, and both would be relevant. Can I link to two?
Gotcha. I don't know. I think you can now. I think they actually just rolled that out. So let's try it.
All right. Well, let's do. What do you think? Do the profile one first as a. I think that's probably the primary one. Okay, so I might need to like do another setting somewhere else. Web chat widget. The chat widget status check. Do I have? Enter the website where you want to add the web chat widget. Is this something that you use? Is this something that I should set up?
They recommend to do that. It's a chat, it's a live chat you can put on your website, which would be cool, and it goes directly into this because part of the idea of all of this is this can really become your client hub that you normally pay however much for intercom or whatever.
That makes sense. All right, let's go to Tag Manager. And we're going here. And I'm going to add a new tag. Do you use Tag Manager much?
I don't. I want to get it set up, but I have not done so.
It is. It's really useful just to have one place to deploy this code and be able to have it operate more intelligently. It's not super user friendly, but
yeah, and don't they recommend now you actually have it installed like on a separate domain so that you can use server side tracking? Is that right?
Yeah, you could set that up. Yeah, you can set that up. It's part of how you set up the CAPI tracking with Facebook and stuff too.
Yeah. I was looking at there's this service called what is it? Stape, STAPE. That's they built to make that easy. And I looked into it and I was like, wow.
Did I not get the chat widget script? It's saying this is invalid HTML. Why is it saying it's invalid HTML?
What is saying that?
That is. I just copied the code. Copy your widget code. Okay. Copy and paste the widget code. Snippet. Why is it saying that's invalid? Let's try this again. See anything about this that would be invalid?
No, maybe tag type. Do you need to change the tag type for some reason?
Let's see. I mean, that's normally would be the right one, is just custom HTML. Let's do this. Seeing if there was a default tag. Let's diagnose this. An error from saying this code is invalid. HTML. An HTML tag. Line break between the opening and closing a chat widget element tag. Let's try that. We'll see if that fixes it. Still giving me the error.
Could you just install it directly?
I can. I would prefer to do it this way, most typically. Right. Chat widget, simplified the spacing. Let's see. It's just complexity.
So you're still trying to get that figured out?
Yeah.
It's always supposed to be easy, isn't it?
Always. Always. Okay. Sample script only implementation. Script generates its own container. Use JavaScript to dynamically inject the elements. Let's try that one. All right, it liked that version. Let's see. Next. Sure the widget is working on the site. It's working. I got it.
Nailed it.
Okay, so the steps that I just took, by the way, I was running into the issue. I first tried to get Claude to solve it without really telling it much at all. Then I went to Perplexity, told it the systems that I was using, the errors that I was getting, had it do the research for me and put together a solution. I took that solution back into that original Claude chat that had all the contexts and had it give me solutions. I used the second one it gave me, and that worked. So I solved it without understanding any of what I just did.
Just kept pushing buttons until it worked.
It's not that I didn't understand anything that I vibe coded a solution. Which is I've learned vibe coding. This means like I'm the equivalent of what's it called, a script kiddie?
Script kiddie, yeah, that sounds right.
Vibe coding and script kiddie seem like they are just the AI euphemism for an AI script kiddie. A
script kiddie on steroids.
That's right. I could do so much more damage. All right, so that one's good. Yeah, I already did that though, didn't I? It's there. It's good. Okay, perfect. Integrate WhatsApp. Connect to your WhatsApp business account for instant real-time communication. Should I do that? I don't know if I have a business account. It's an extra person.
Yeah, you don't need to do that. Yeah, so you don't need to do that because you're not going to accept payments through here.
Well, I might. I don't know, but I don't need.
You might. So next, what you want to do, you want to go to marketing down on the bottom left.
All right, just a second. Quickly add one or more team members. Should I add Miro real quick?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Send invite. There we go. All right, Miro, you should have an account. Okay, you said marketing over here. All right, then I need to connect these up. Did I lose you? Am I still here? Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, so I need to connect these up.
Yes.
All right, those are the two that I think I want to connect up to this, right?
Yep. And then you do Instagram. See if that'll work.
I think I have my Instagram connected up. Oh, maybe I don't. Oh, I don't. Business or creator accounts. I don't have this one set up as a business account, I think. I need to create it.
I want to switch that over. It's pretty simple to do that.
And then I just need to associate it with, well, I might start a second Instagram that I would directly associate with it, because I do like to maintain that I have for my personal account how the confirm. There we go. Confirm. Continue. Here we go. I just needed to get it connected.
I've got this bird that's flying all around my house today trying to get in the different windows.
What kind of bird is it? Do you know?
It's some brown spotted bird.
Ah, well, for what I've learned about how they name birds, it's probably got a really creative name, like the brown spotted bird.
That's probably what it is.
So in Iowa, there's a black bird with red wings.
Yeah.
It's called the red-winged blackbird.
Clever.
All right, let's see. Let me refresh this real quick. Oh wait, maybe I screwed that up. Let me go into the settings and connect more stuff up. I'm imagining that's where I could connect more stuff.
In the marketing.
There we go. Connect social, Instagram, connect social. Here we go. Oh, okay, perfect. All right, let's try this again, because I just connected up this this Instagram to that Facebook page. So let's see if it pops in here yet. There it is. All right. I got that connected.
Perfect.
All right, perfect. That one's connected. lickety split, Connect Social, LinkedIn. Go to LinkedIn. Allow. I want to add this one. And I want to add this one. For this one, I don't want to add this.
Correct.
Okay. Let's connect up my Tiki-Taki. Do I still have a TikTok? Does TikTok still exist in the US?
With your flippy floppy?
Yes. Oh, you know how old that song and music video is at this point?
It's probably like 25 years old or something crazy, right?
Yeah, it's probably, it's not quite 25. I think it's probably getting close to 20 years though. Continue. Let's see. I don't know if I'll even be able to install this, but unable to install because you have too much stuff on your phone currently. That is of all the things. Oh, why do I here? Let's delete this app. Delete. Yeah. Of all the things. What? Can you come in? Not right now. I'm working. I can't entertain beautiful little girls right now. She's very sad. What was I gonna say? Of all the things that would potentially make me consider getting an Android phone,
yeah.
One of the dumbest features of iPhones that I wish they would just not be done with is allowing you to put in an SD card and run memory off of that, so that you could easily upgrade your memory.
It is really silly.
That is one of those dumb things. But okay, I think I have a business account. No, maybe I have an individual account. I think I have an individual account. I think that's
what it is. Hey, I'll be right back.
Okie dokie. Stop sharing my screen for a second.
All right. Got to run
Hello.
upstairs, and who would have known it? The kids would love to talk. I love that my kids love me.
Indeed. Final steps to delete. All right, I'm seeing if I can get a Pinterest account set up correctly.
Okay.
And ran into an issue.
Share your screen again. Oh. Showed your email page. You're not sharing your screen right now.
Yeah, just a second. Let's see. Just Pinterest. I'm not seeing the email. Going to spam? I'm not seeing that. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's do this. Okay, so here's how I'm gonna solve this one. Let's see if this will fix it. Okay, so I have a Pinterest account currently that's set up with Real Estate Growth Hackers. I want to create a new one that's more in this vein that we're doing, but I want to just be able to use my normal email. So what I want to do, I want to come in here to settings, account management. I want to change this to be Zach plus RGH. Save that. How's that email already taken? Maybe it does the same thing where it knows that that's the same email.
It would make sense.
All right. I'll have to just add this to the list to do later. I won't get Pinterest in there right now. That'll be okay. YouTube. Let's get YouTube set up, though. I think I have it set up under this one. Yeah, this one.
I started a deep research project on Claude, and it's running at 2 hours right now, and it has 923 sources.
What community group?
I don't know what that is. I think that's something they've got their own version of like school or something.
Gotcha.
So the main thing is just the socials.
All right, I think we got the socials that we need in here.
Wonderful. And so one interesting thing is, if you look, you've got to.
I don't see the Google My Business. You got to what?
You've got to reconnect them every so often.
Gotcha. All right, there we go. That one's in there now.
Nice.
All right.
So that's cool. All right. Yeah. So we've got that. I see that there. And then where is your content stored now? Like when you have raw content, is anything happening with it?
Where is it stored currently? Yeah, I mean, I'm in a transition. I'm in a transition phase still, so I don't have a good like a good process. When I'm creating new content, so Squadcast and Descript, and then what we do here in StreamYard, and I would typically store it in Google Drive though.
Yeah. Gotcha. Then yeah, I think the only thing that we need is like, so I get that from Dropbox. That's where it goes to me, is in Dropbox. And then so what I'll do, can you upload a couple into your Dropbox folder? Maybe a couple videos?
Indeed.
Or have Mural do it?
Do you need them edited, or what sort of requirements do you have?
Raw is best. That way we can run it. One will run it raw.
Right.
And then what?
You're gonna raw dog those videos?
We're gonna raw dog it, and then we'll slice it up into little slices, and look at those, and that'll be step one.
Cool. All right, let me see. So here, let's look, and you show me. Here, let me. So there's a few things that we can potentially set up. Just a second. First of all, my drive. Let me find the right folder for this.
Do you have your Dropbox upload link?
I don't know where it is. No.
All right. If I email it to you, will that be good? Or you want me to paste in the chat?
Yeah. Either you could email it to me or WhatsApp it, and then if you can get it to Mural too, that'd be good.
Is her email just mural@zackhammer.me?
Yeah. Correct.
Perfect. So I emailed it to both of you guys, and I'm also putting it in WhatsApp.
Yep. This is what I was looking for. Okay, cool. So I have this. Wrong one. Just a second. This. There we go. Okay, so I have this drive. So in here, I'd have my published episodes, and like some of the newer ones would potentially be worthwhile. Let me see. So aren't they in order? Okay, so like this is what the raw files would look like, where there's me alone and there's you alone.
Okay.
Right?
All right. So we need the combined file.
All right. So you want like this sort of version.
Yeah, that'll work. And so it'll be interesting to see how it works with that kind of edit. Yeah, so upload that, and we'll see how that see how that works.
Okay.
If we can cut it out.
And then if need be, if it doesn't work, part of what we could do is download that. If that doesn't work, then we can what was I gonna say? Like we could have Meryl do like a quick rough edit on these.
Gotcha.
That part shouldn't be hard. So like this isn't even the layout that I would want to be running with moving forward.
Yeah.
So there's things that I need in my own process that I need to get changed and updated anyway. Okay, so upload that. Upload. It says 1 minute left, but that seems like it may not be accurate. Okay, so I get that uploaded. So is that part of what my process should look like then? So
yeah.
So in terms of my overall content flow, help me think through that, because like I haven't been running referrals while you sleep in this way. So what? So walk me through. You kind of know how I record, how I do stuff, or at least that sort of idea. Help me think through like the steps so that I do this the way that we need to.
Yeah. So probably the easiest thing for you is have a system where whenever you've got a video that works, Muriel just uploads it to us.
Right.
Because I mean, really, that's what our clients do. You just upload the video, and so we're working on eventually having it where you can give us context if you need, but we use AI for that right now. So what we need is we just need preferably side by side. Video is the best.
Like this.
Yeah. This is the best view. And then if we can get some of the pictures that you post with your social media, lifestyle photos. What we need, if we have 12 a quarter, that'll be perfect. And you can't send us too many.
Perfect. And those will be used for all the content. Like walk me through what kind of content you guys like. So I upload the videos, I give you the photos. What's the content flow that gets created?
Yeah. So and the last thing that I need are some testimonials, or to know where to get some testimonials in. And so we post one of those testimonials plus with your image a week. So that's what we get scheduled. And perfect. So we'll have the video clips, we'll have the long video, we'll have the short video clips, and we'll have the image testimonial each week. And what I'd like to test with you is like what happens if we have, which we can even, you looked into it. What happens if we have 3 videos a day or 2 videos a day? Kind of one of the things I've been with this posting system set up, it really opens up the whole world in a lot of ways. Right. I mean, the fact that we can post on all of the different platforms is pretty cool.
Yeah. So what stands out to me, it sort of varies depending on the platform for what makes sense.
Yeah.
So like YouTube Shorts, I have documentation around this. I don't know. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Content library tracker. Maybe I don't have all the research in here. But this is the way that I would think through this. And I have this documented somewhere. I forget where. I have it fully documented. But so mentally, the way that I think about this is each type of content on a platform, it almost exists as its own thing. So like Facebook, and I don't have it documented on this one well, but like Facebook Reels and Facebook Stories have a different cadence that's acceptable versus like Facebook posts on your timeline, right? Same thing with Instagram. Posting images to your timeline, or what do they call it? Canvas? I don't remember what they call it on Instagram. Like that's different than posting Reels and the frequency that potentially makes sense or is effective and all of that. For LinkedIn, last I checked, it still kind of all flows in the same feed. So really it's just more a question of what the right kind of mix looks like. Twitter at this point is nearly 100% discovery based on the content. So like the X posting, they didn't have X posting in here. That's interesting to me. But yeah, the posting on X is it's pretty much impossible to post too much as far as I'm aware. YouTube videos versus YouTube shorts. YouTube shorts play a bit more like TikTok. But I think I think TikTok can accept a higher frequency pretty readily, if that makes sense. I don't remember exactly why. Again, some of these things I have to research, but like your YouTube videos would be mostly your longer form, and they should be horizontal. And longer form would be anything that's great. Well, in this case, anything that's greater than a minute, because for YouTube Shorts, it has to be in that 9:16 orientation and 1 minute or less. Even 1 second over, and it won't show up as a short. It shows up as a normal YouTube video, but just displayed weird. And for that one, I feel like I remember like once a day being about the right frequency for that. About once a day. Oh yeah, no. Okay. So I don't remember what the frequency that makes sense for Google Business Profiles is. TikTok, I have this as 1 to 4 times a day. And then Pinterest. Pinterest is interesting in that, as far as I'm aware, like the frequency doesn't, like posting to Pinterest is a different game, I believe. Where posting to Pinterest is a little bit more of like an SEO play, where you're looking for like search and query based, and a little bit less discovery and discovery and recency and engagement based. So Pinterest, the focus is more on kind of thinking of it as like a well done asset, as opposed to just posting to there. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah.
But like Pinterest, typically you're not going to be posting the same things that you're posting on the other platforms. But like you can adapt an Instagram carousel to a Pinterest post pretty readily. Anyway, but okay, so that's sort of me brain dumping the thoughts. In terms of how you would think about it, what I would look at is I would look at like researching what's the ideal posting frequency on these different platforms, and just in the back of your mind, think about the reality that posting to the newsfeed on Facebook is different than posting as a reel, and it's different than posting a story. And I mentally think about each of those almost as a separate platform in a way.
Yeah.
Because the rules are different for each of those different types of media.
That makes sense.
But I would research the baselines and like what the testing range within them would look like, and that's probably what I would operate off of. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's kind of the flow of how I figured out when I last had my automated posting running, like how I set my schedules. Was based on that kind of research. So I have that somewhere. I don't know where that is right now, but anyway, is that helpful? I feel like that's kind of what you're asking.
Yeah, that's helpful. Yeah, can you share that document with me?
Yeah. Let me grab the link. Maybe I further fleshed out that information in NoCoDB, because that ultimately that sheet that I was showing you became my NoCoDB content library. Social network requirements. Maybe I put the most current information in there. No, it's still the same amount of information. I don't have that research done in there. But I do. It is prettier though. Here, let me show you. Nope, not remove. I want to do this. So here's that same information in NoCoDB, where I have the information categorized for what type of content works on each platform, and like what the requirements are. It's the same information. It just looks prettier in here because how I did it. But anyway, that part was mostly about getting the content library itself imported into NoCoDB. That was just an aspect of me working on the content library portion.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm hearing you say though, you're going to be posting a long form video, right?
Yeah.
So what I need to be doing on my end is getting the long form to a point where I'm happy with the long form going out as what I send you, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So it needs to have that level of polish, which isn't, for me, it's not a ton. It needs to be, set up and done in the way that it needs to be.
Yeah.
Okay. So I get that content to you. You're creating derivative content off it. How much derivative content do you target to create?
So we usually get about 10 pieces per 30 minutes.
Okay.
And so we should get, if most of your stuff is 45, 60 minutes, we'll probably get 20 to 30 pieces.
Gotcha.
That's normal. That's what I expect.
Gotcha. That makes sense. And most of the content that you're getting as derivative is it's video based. You're taking the video and getting shorter video clips, right?
Right. Yeah.
Do you already strategically do you have it in your plan or process that if the clip is greater than 60 seconds, that you want a horizontal version of it for YouTube rather than the vertical that you might do for Facebook or Instagram?
Winchester just got new swim trunks.
You got new swim trunks?
Yeah.
Purple, but it's blinding out.
He's talking about his hair. His hair was purple, but now it's washing out.
Gotcha.
He thinks it's purple.
Hey, head on upstairs, okay?
You look like a super cool anime character or something.
He does. So no, because the posting is brand new, and so the way that our clips work is we've got a number of presets we can use. I don't like saying stick to a certain time. I really let I don't let it just grab whatever. I tell it, hey, this is the type of stuff that we're looking to grab.
Right.
And then let it choose kind of, between 15 to 90 seconds. And then what we need to do is we have to run it through the process again, depending, it doesn't give us multiple sizes. We run it through once and it's just vertical. We run it through again and it's just horizontal. So that's the way we have to do it.
I gotcha. So when you're thinking about where to publish, what I would recommend is that for YouTube specifically, don't publish the vertical YouTube clips that are greater than 60 seconds to YouTube. Does that make sense?
Or at all?
I would recommend not doing it because they publish really weird, and it makes the page look weird. When it loads, it looks weird. It makes it look unprofessional.
Is that for shorts and post?
So no. So what I'm saying is if it's vertical and greater than 60 seconds, don't publish to YouTube. Because it won't publish as a short. It'll publish as a standard video that looks weird. If it's horizontal, then it's perfectly fine to publish whether it's a short or not, because it'll be a shorter clip and that's fine. But does that make sense though? So that way you don't get the thing that should be going into the shorts category publishing kind of in the wrong spot, because there's no way in YouTube to tell it whether it's a short or not. It's just for the things that are 9x16 and less than 60 seconds, they are shorts.
Gotcha.
The things that are 16 by 9, no matter what length, are just published to the normal YouTube channel. Anyway, does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so what I was going to say
really
though
helpful.
is if you have a way where you could say, hey, I wanted this content generated, but I just want this same content but reflowed to this template. If there's a way to do that, anything that's greater than 60 seconds, you could, if you could get it to just reflow the format but keep the same edits and all that, then that would be useful. If you can't, then you can't. But does that make sense though?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So for the shorts, we'll just we'll get a group of them, and then we'll just have to probably use FFmpeg, or I don't know, maybe the API will actually show us how long it is, and that way we can decide what to do with it.
Right, exactly. And so that document that I sent you has the requirements. I did it last year, I think. So it some of the things you might need to double check and see if those are still the requirements. But yeah, otherwise, most of the other ones are not nearly as restrictive, right? So Facebook, the length can vary pretty wildly when it comes to the shorts or their reels and whatnot. Instagram, they could vary wildly. Pretty much as long as it's 15 minutes or less, I think it works on those. Maybe they could be longer. I don't remember. And then I think YouTube Shorts are the only ones that are very specifically no greater than 60 seconds, and in that 9x16. So yeah, we learned that when we were trying to we learned that when we were trying to publish a bunch of stuff to the YouTube and didn't realize that like that's how it would work. So we had a bunch of things showing up on our page that just looked weird and off, and I was like, okay. Like the content is good, but we'd want it in the horizontal format. Yeah. Because I agree with you. Like it's not, what I'm not saying is that 60 seconds or less is ideal for some arbitrary psychological reason. I'm just saying there's a technical limitation on YouTube. So
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So I like that. I think this would be fun to kind of roll this out for you. And I like this because my big insight is people that post a lot of content see how valuable the referrals while you sleep targeted ad strategy is.
right.
People that haven't posted content don't see the value in it. And so like I'm really leading with this content posting because this is what people desperately want first. Only then do they realize, oh wow, I'm not getting many views, and how do I actually get my people to see it?
Right.
And that's
and there's a few places where like you will get views. You may or may not find your right people, but like when people start posting to Instagram Reels and TikTok, there is some legitimate chance of those things going like minorly viral.
Right.
I've had that happen before, where like the right clip in the right way, it did. It like you could get some good views. Now, whether or not you get business off of that's another thing, and that's kind of the other end of what creates the need for what you do with referrals while you sleep, because it kind of reveals just getting the views. If it's the views from the wrong people, doesn't matter.
Right.
And so like if people are really going to do TikTok right, if they're really going to do YouTube Shorts right, there's an element that's different than the referrals while you sleep strategy. The referrals while you sleep strategy is very much like, I kind of know who the right people are, and I need repeated exposure to those people with the right kinds of messaging, and that ultimately creates business for me, right? That creates opportunities.
Right.
If you want to do YouTube Shorts, or you want to do TikTok, or you want to do Instagram or Facebook Reels, well, it's its own skill set that like you learn how you need to structure a video, and it's not just taking clips of what you've done. It's
right.
It's being intentional. And what I've learned and become okay with is I'm never going to take the time to sit down and do that strategy over and over. So I will take what I can get from doing the clips created off of the stuff that I will do, because it's better than nothing, right?
Right.
But like people hopefully should understand, like they're different strategies. And if you want to like really double down and master YouTube or master TikTok and really be able to get the results out of them, they are a dedicated strategy. And that's not to say that you couldn't get local ideal people to engage with you off of it, like, because those discovery algorithms, they start to detect like, oh, people in Nashville really like this content, even though you don't have to target it. It right. Starts to figure it out when you keep saying Nashville and homes in Nashville and like that sort of thing. It starts to figure out, oh, okay, the people engaging are the ones in Nashville. But anyway, I don't know. I kind of lost track of my point there. But the way that the ads come into play is optimizing this content for organic distribution on these platforms is most likely not in the purview of what most people want to do in terms of actually really learning that skill set and doing it right. Because it's not just throwing content up. There's a dedicated skill set. But with referrals while you sleep, you get the benefit of being able to be in front of the right people with the content that's easy to create, you know, without having to learn to master the algorithm. So,
right. Yeah. That's a different business, different animal. Hire people to do that. I should probably connect with some people that do that, and as referral partners, and be like, if you've got people that don't want to pay your fees and want like a shortcut version, you know, because for whatever reason it doesn't make sense to them.
Or even the people that aren't willing to take the time to do the well edited, well thought through, well scripted, because again, that's part of what it takes. It takes like, I'm going to spend the time to turn this 60 seconds that I have into the most jam-packed thing that really flows through the sequence correctly. That's not something that you do off of cutting clips together. That's you have to know what you're doing in that short period of time. Anyway, but yeah,
you either have to learn it or pay for it, right?
Well, but it's not even that, because if you're going to do it, it still has to be done. Like either somebody has to create the script for you that you create, but again, it's time to sit down and perform a piece rather than just showing up as you are and having a conversation. And it needs to be edited, and it's drastically more work to create a good 60-second clip that will potentially go viral and hit the right people than it is to hop on to somebody that's in an aligned market area with you and just have a conversation, get the clips out of that, and use referrals while you sleep to make it go to the right people. Right?
Right. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Well, I've got to go. I've got an appointment.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.